Good afternoon, traders. Today is October the 19th, 2010. The markets finished down today. There was some serious selling that came in. There was an initial pop on the open. Let me switch to an intraday chart. I'm looking at the S&P 500 right here, and we finished down 14 points today. And we closed at 1164. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it better. Alright, so right when we opened, I figured there would be some buying, so I was looking to the long side once again today. We had Apple report. I really figured Apple would be along too. Then Goldman reported better numbers today, and a few other major events happened. China had a rate hike, which caused the dollar to move up, and then the financials retreated because the New York Fed said that they wanted to repurchase mortgages. So the financials had a strong move, and then later on in the day they sold off, and I caught most of that short on JP Morgan. That's been my bread and butter lately. But it just seems that earnings are beating on the top line. Now, revenue has been weak in a lot of cases, but it just seems that the top line's beating on probably 80% of earnings. And they're all expecting a decent 2011 first quarter. So anyways, like I said, I was buying on the open. We came down, we dipped back down right when we crossed above the open once again. This is where I was loading up on my positions, right here. And I rode this thing all the way up, and I just had this in the back of my head. You see this trend line right here? This is an hourly trend line that's drawn off the 1 hour time frame. With a break below that, increasing volume, I knew because of the light trading range and the sideways activity that's been taking place the last 2 days, I knew that a down move was in store. Yesterday I was talking about a short-term top in the market. I believe this is it. I believe this is what we've been waiting for. I'm going to switch to a daily chart in just a moment. But right when we crossed under the open, this 1167.25 level, my target was 1157.50. Look how accurate this level was. If you guys trade the E-minis, we ran right down and hit that target. That's a 10-point move in 15 minutes. Just knowing your levels. Then we bounced off that. We consolidated a little bit. Then the bears thought they took control when they broke it under the 1157.50 level. Then the bulls came right back and they bought this thing up, and they closed it at 1163.75, like I said. Okay guys, so I'm looking at the SPX cash market right now. 1165.90 was the close. We actually finished down 1.6% in this. Anything over 1.5% is considered a large volume move. And we got to close below the May post-flash crash high. And we came down, and our next level is going to be this 1150. Remember, that's a psychological level. 1155 is where the 21-day moving average is. So I think people are actually really excited about this down move. A lot of people didn't participate in this rally we had since early September. So they're just praying on a pullback so they could get back in. And if that happens and the bulls do take control, like all these people have been saying, I think that could emphasize a strong fourth quarter. Taking a look at Apple on the 1 minute time frame. I told you guys when I put out my video, I believe it was, yesterday after the close, I said 300, that psychological level was going to be significant. Well, it was. As you see in pre-market, this 299 level, which we traded above, then we got to the 300, and we opened at 303.50, and after that it was off to the races. A 10-point move to the upside. We consolidated a little bit in Apple, but I really don't see Apple headed below 300 anytime soon. This 299.82 is my level that I have, 300 right around this area. Apple just got an upgrade today, guys, to 420. That's huge. And two other analysts actually initiated ratings over 360. So that's nothing news. The average price target for Apple is about 370 right now. Alright, so Yahoo just reported 17 cents versus 15 cents. They beat on the top line, but the revenue was a little light versus consensus. Consensus thought it would be 1.26 billion. It came in about 1.22 billion. I'm going to have to look into this a little more for you, but some things that I have read briefly do sound a little bit positive. We'll see more later on when we see how the chart reacts. Johnson & Johnson reported this morning. They had a close actually at 64.47 and a low today at 62.42. I actually was long Johnson & Johnson. Here's a little bit regarding my trading style. Like I said, this open is my main focus. So if we're above it, I'm bullish. I'm looking to buy on dips as long as we have an ascending 50. And I have a moving average, which when it's declining it shows red, when it's ascending it's blue. Anyways, we came down here. I want to see us bounce off this. I want to see us hold this level, and this is where I got long. The exact level I got long was 62.94, so like right here. When we went back up over the 50 and then over my pivot at 63.03, I knew it was a trade to hold. And where's my next target? It's my pivot up here at 63.51. I sold it a little earlier than that. I believe it was 63.46 to be exact. So a 50-cent move. And there really wasn't to it. I didn't have any risk. I was risking 5 cents to make 50. That's the kind of trades we look for over here. Goldman Sachs, like I said, blowout quarter. I only had 100 shares of this today, but I bought this after we broke out of this initial high, and I bought it right here to be exact. And that level was, I just remember the dip over this high right here, and it was 156.76, and then I sold it right here. I sold it early, 158.78, but that's a decent move on even 100 shares. That's 200 bucks, and it went up actually another point, but that's okay. You can't be greedy. UNH reported. It looks like they missed just by the look of the chart. The profit beat, but the stock declined today and traded sideways. Gilead Sciences just reported. Looks like they beat just by the way the chart's trading. We got a low today at 36.49, and right now we're trading about 37.58, up about 2.4% in the after hours. Next we have Oxy, and Oxy beat on the top line because of higher oil prices, but the shares declined. I'm not sure for what reason. Yesterday we hit a high 85.92 and we got a close down 5 points today from there. Alright, Cree's earnings are out right now, and Cree, it looks like they missed. Consensus was 60 cents and they reported 56 to 60 cents. It says the revenue were below street expectations, slumping 8% in after hours. Stryker, looks like Stryker beat on earnings. This was my trade of the day, guys, and stuff like this makes me wonder if earnings were released early and people had knowledge of it before the fact. It really doesn't matter to me. I'm going to show you exactly what I did, and I want to switch to regular candlesticks for this. Alright, here we go. My level was 49.98, so I was looking for a short. So we ran up right here. I caught this long. I caught about 25 cents in this long, and I was looking to take a short. So if we would have sold below this line right here and continued down, this is where I would have been getting short, around 49.96 level. Instead, we ran up. When we put in this dark cloud formation, this is where I got short. To be exact, I got short at 50.32. That was the exact level. That was right here. My stop was 1 cent above the high at 50.43. So I'm risking 11 cents. Where was my target? It was at 52. 49.52. I caught this entire move, guys, with 900 shares. I cut a little short right here when we came up to the 50, but my profit was $630 on this trade. And it's one of the trades I'm proud of. It's an A trade. And something I do is I take all of my good trades that I make, instead of looking back on my bad trades, I take the good ones, I do a snapshot, I create a picture, and I save it and I study it. I'll say, okay, this is where I got long, this is where I covered, and it really helps me because the next time I see this pattern, it's normal to me and I could trade it better. Okay guys, so tomorrow for earnings we start off with Altria, then we have Abbott Labs, then we have BlackRock. Look in the corner, I'm typing them all in here since I didn't have time to do my notepad today. Then we have APH, and remember APH had that huge move, so that's going to be a good one. It could be devastating for the stock only because it's ran up so far, and it could scare the longs out if they miss on earnings. Then we have Delta Airlines. We have Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley I banked coin on today. Also I banked coin on COF, Capital One Financial Group. They were strong in pre-market. They pulled back, and right after we opened this morning, we opened at 38.21. We ran up almost 2 points. Then we have Wells Fargo. We have Textron, symbol TXT. And that's about all the good ones we have in pre-market. And after-market session, we have eBay, E-Trade. Remember, Schwab reported last week, and I went over them earnings. We have Netflix tomorrow. This is going to be huge for the markets. You know how big this move's been in Netflix. So right here, it looks like we were down about 2.5% today. We hit that high at 174.40 just back a week ago, and we've been declining since then. So it could be a pretty big move on the markets if Netflix misses. And I believe as the week continues that the volume will start increasing. It's that time of year, it's earnings season. And we have NFX Exploration. This stock trades about 1 million shares today. I was going to trade it during the regular market session, but I didn't. It just wasn't very attractive because I didn't get the alert until 2 o'clock. Tomorrow on the economic calendar at 7 a.m. we have MBA mortgage applications. At 10:30 we have crude inventories. And at 2 p.m. we have the Fed's beige book. Going to be more volume in the markets tomorrow. I'm sure the pit will be full around 2 p.m. Alright, Abercrombie and Fitch, they got an upgrade to 36 today. Plains Exploration, symbol PXP, got an upgrade today to 30. Halliburton, which is on the chart, got an upgrade to 42. BMW got an upgrade to 76. That's about 3 points from where it is right now. IBM upgraded to 155, and that's after a miss on earnings. A lot of people are attracted to this stock, especially around the 135 level. It's going to be interesting to see how it trades. It was a great day trade. Right off the open, it went up 1 point. Verizon got an upgrade to 34. And Kramer mentioned Verizon positively yesterday in Mad Money. So I already know Verizon's going to be a great stock next year. Also AT&T got an upgrade to 32. Metro PCS got an upgrade to 11. And then Leap Wireless got a downgrade to 13. So pretty much the entire wireless companies got upgrades. And Apple got 5 upgrades today, guys, and the highest one was 421, the price target. So after Apple comes out and the stock's down huge last night, that was only a buying opportunity. You guys could have bought options, or if you didn't have enough buying power, that's certainly what I did. I bought some calls around the 305 strike price. Anyways, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.